It's Ron Reader Digs the Universe. I'm Ron Reader, and this is Ron Reader Digs the Universe, and tonight on this Easter week, the truth about salvation. It was in the late spring of 1980. I was 12 years old. The flowers were blooming, the bees were buzzing, the birds were singing, and after many years of Sunday school and vacation Bible school, I was ready. That's when, in deep prayer with my pastor, I asked Jesus to come into my heart. That's when the Lord saved me. At least that was my thinking at the time. It seemed like a really big deal, the culmination of many years of my experience within the Southern Baptist youth indoctrination system. It was a coming of age, my full inclusion in the tribe. Everybody wanted me to be saved. Everybody heartily congratulated me, showered me with praise, really, once I was saved. In deep hindsight, it seems to me that the whole experience was far, far more about being a part of the group than it was about the vague and magical soul embrace of Jesus' love. That is, salvation is bullshit, and its obvious and ultimately malevolent tribalism isn't salvation's only problem. Apart from the horrifying concept of original sin, which basically means human life is shit and should be burnt, apart from the fact that magic isn't real, we need to understand that salvation is primarily a cosmic extortion scheme, as in, hey, that's a really nice immortal soul you got there. Sure would be a shame if something happened to it. Right? Obey me or I will burn down your liquor store with you in it, but for eternity? Needless to say, mafia-style violent coercion isn't what we would call moral if it was one person doing it to another. Why is it okay for God to do this? I mean, is this something that a God of love would even consider? I'm not playing around here. Any entity that comes along to us and insists on our worship and devotion needs to be credible. Proclaiming yourself to be the God of love on one hand while threatening to burn you alive on the other isn't credible. That is to say, it's not credible when you take it literally, as the evangelicals do. I really like the concept of salvation when you consider it as poetic metaphor. That's what makes Easter worth celebrating to me. Rebirth, new life, rejecting evil, embracing love. It's all right there in the Gospels when you come at it from a modern literary perspective. You really can find the God of love in the Bible. You just got to be looking in the right way. Don't do it like the evangelicals. They would have you enter a coerced agreement to serve a monster who wants to burn us. And that's the truth about salvation. I'm Ron Reader. And this has been Ron Reader Digs the Universe. Join me, Ron Reader, again next week for another episode of Ron Reader Digs the Universe. He's alive. He's alive! He's alive! He's alive! Praise the Lord! He's alive! live!